My name is Frank Kenny. I am the #1 Airbnb host here in the DMV area. That's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I started my business 5 years ago, and the reason I got into Airbnb is because I love real estate. I love interior decorating and putting a home together. I wanted to be a realtor, but I realized that the more successful you become as a realtor, the more hours you have to put in. That's after work, that's weekends. Basically, when your clientele is free, and I did not want to replace my time for money. I wanted something that could be semi-passive to where I can be on vacation and still earn a living. That's what I'm currently able to do now. In the last year, I've taken at least 10 different trips in 5 different countries, including Mexico, Spain, France, Switzerland, Belgium. I've been all around the world. And the reason why I've been able to do that is because now I have systems and people in place. So if I get a call saying, hey, this is broken, this is not clean, I have housekeepers and I have handyman within my contact circle to help me out with these properties. The first question you're probably asking is it still profitable to start an Airbnb business in 2025? Am I waiting way too long? Did I miss the train? And I believe it's still possible to start one. It's just harder than it was, let's say, back in 2019. And the reason it's harder is because there are more listings on the platform than there were before. Now, the premium year of Airbnb was 2022. If you remember, in 2022, people not only had stimulus checks, but the economy was really good and people were antsy. They were tired of being stuck in their homes and they were looking to be able to go out and travel and see the world. So during that time period, if you had a listing that was just subpar, you were making a ton of money. I remember I bought a home in 2021, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just a normal residence, and it was modern, and I got so many bookings. $1,500 a month was my mortgage, about $300 a month in overall utilities, $100 or so when it comes to insurance. So under $2,000 a month, I was able to manage that home. But on the weekends, I was bringing bookings of $500 per night. 2-night minimum. So I was literally making 3x, 4x on my investment at around that time period. Now, in 2025, people are moving away from the mountain areas, which was where my home was in the mountains. And they were trying to be more in the cities and, different areas. You can still make money in the mountains, but now they are more convoluted in bigger areas. And the reason why is people are not afraid to be close to one another anymore. If you want to make money in this industry, you have to do one of two things. One, you have to stand out with your listing. You cannot treat this simply as an investment. It's not normal real estate. We are in the hospitality business as well. So you have to love to talk to people. It doesn't mean that you have to have this personality that's just like crazy where, you love talking to everybody. You can't be an introvert and still be a successful host, but you just have to be kind to others. If a guest is having an issue, you want to make sure that you help them right away. As long as you do these things on the customer service side, you will get more positive reviews because it's not simply real estate in that, hey, I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, so that means I'm going to make X amount of money per night. Sometimes if you have better reviews because you are just better at overall customer service and guests enjoy working with you, you can charge more money for your listing compared to another listing that looks exactly the same. Number 2, make sure your listing stands out on its own. That's including the pictures, the quality of the property, the quality of the furniture, and it has to make sense within the design. You cannot just throw different things around and make a lot of money. This is not 2022, it's 2025. So there's a lot of competition. So people want a property that looks like a magazine, essentially. So if you're going with a rustic theme, you have to have these natural woods. You have to have furniture that matches the vibe. If you're going to go more modern, maybe you're going something with more, muted tones, your whites, your beiges. You just want to make sure you have a theme within your home and it has to coincide and make sense. If you do this, you will make money. But the big issue is people are complaining online, whether that's TikTok, YouTube, hey, I'm not making money with my listing. And the reason why is because they simply looked at this as a money grab, a way to earn more money, and they didn't actually have any passion within the business. So they bought their homes, and when the interest rates were super low, they put some furniture in there, and now they're surprised, why am I not making any money? Well, you're not making any money because you don't actually have a love for this business. You're just looking for the quick cash grab, and the guests can see that, and they're not going to book a home that doesn't fit what they're looking for. They want this one vacation that they have a year to be truly special. And if you learn more about interior decorating, the different styles, maybe adding amenities which within your area people truly desire, you can stand out and still make money within this market. Number two, I would try to see what your target demographic truly is within your area. Now, here in the DMV area, we have a lot of out-of-town guests that are looking for bigger homes so that they can fit their 2-3 families and stay all together in one area. That's really what people were looking for. Back in 2019, you used to be able to get away with condos that were just a 2-bedroom, 1-bath that had the highest quality of marble, and people were willing to pay you top dollar for that. There were units that were doing literally $200 to $300 a night on the weekdays, up to $500 a night on the weekends, because they were stylish and they were really high end. Nowadays, people are looking for good quality, but they're also looking for space and functionality. That's where I tailor my business to. Is I started with the smaller properties just to get, my foot into the door. And when I slowly started recognizing that people were willing to spend a lot more for properties where they could fit their families in the same home, that had enough seating for the dining table, enough chairs for the living area, and that had enough beds to sleep all of them. If you can incorporate all of that, you are going to make a killing, and your profit margins are going to be much higher. The reason I also love this type of market is, and focusing on the larger homes, is because there is a larger barrier to entry. So if you're new to this business, I would start off with this smaller studio, start off with a 1-bedroom, see if you like this industry, see if you're good at this, and don't focus about making the most amount of money in the beginning. Just get your footing going enough to where within the first 2 years, you're able to prove the concept not only to yourself, but to banks. I started as an LLC, and even though I'm not giving you any type of legal advice, that LLC did help me be able to qualify for a business loan, because I was working with a bank directly. And I was working with M&T Bank. Now, is that money that I got from my SBA loan, which was $50,000, that helped me get into these bigger houses? So I don't come for money, but I knew what the target market was. I proved a concept, and I was able to get a loan with low enough interest at 7.5% to where if I put that into the property, my profit margin was large enough to where I can use this money for my next real estate, which, by the way, I lease, I do not buy, and slowly start to be able to accumulate more and more bigger homes, lease more and more properties, and the profit margins were significant. So you have to know not only your target market, you have to love this industry. And if you combine those two together, you can certainly make money in almost any market, because there are the winners and then there are the losers. The losers tend to be people who don't truly love this business. They just want to make a quick buck. And as long as you put in full effort into this, your guests are going to see that, and the people who truly enjoy quality are going to be willing to pay a premium for your property. Now, if you want to learn more about starting an Airbnb business, go ahead and click on my Instagram below. Send me a DM. That's at Coach BNB. On Instagram, that's Coach BNB. On TikTok, which I make videos there as well. Or you can actually book a session with me.